ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
गुरूणाराध्य वेदान्तसारं भक्ष्ये यथामति
गुरूणाराध्य वेदान्तसारं भक्ष्ये यथामति।
अपवादो नाम रज्जुविवर्तस्य सर्पस्य रज्जुमात्रत्ववत्
रज्जुविवर्तस्य सर्पस्य रज्जुमात्रत्ववत्
वस्तुविवर्तस्य अवस्तुनः अज्ञानादेहे
वस्तुविवर्तस्य अवस्तुनः अज्ञानादेः
प्रपञ्चस्य
वस्तुमात्रत्वम्
वस्तुमात्रत्वम्
तदुक्तम्
तदुक्तम्
सतत्वतोऽन्यथा प्रथा विकारगित्युदीरितः
सतत्वतोऽन्यथा प्रथा विकार इत्युदीरितः
अतत्वतोऽन्यथा प्रथा विवर्त इत्युदीरितः
अतत्ततोऽन्यथा प्रथा विवर्त इति उदीरितः
इति.
इति.
Up to this we have seen. The last class we read the Tika. So the section is Apavada. Apavadaha nama Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya Rajju Matratvavat Yatha Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya Rajju iti. That is the meaning. Rajju Matratvavat. Rajju Matratvavat. It is finally discovered, known, realized to be Rajju, reduced to Rajju. Because Sarpa is Rajju only. Because it is Rajju Vivarta Sarpa. Rajju Vivarta Sarpa is Rajju eva. Rajju Vivartaha Sarpaha Rajju. That is the meaning. Tadvat Tatha. Yatha Tatha. Vastu Vivartaha Avastunaha Ajnanedahi Prapanchasyapi Vastu Matratvam eva. Tadvat Vastu Vivartasya Avastunaha Vastu Matratvam. So what is there is only Vastu. The Avastu is Vastu Vivartaha. Vastu. Vastu Vivartaha Vastu eva. That is the meaning. Vastu Matratvam is Vastu Matra, Vastu alone. The status of being the Vastu alone. Because it is Vivarta, not real. It is apparent. Swarupa Parityagena, Rupantara Apattihi. That is Vivarta. Swarupa Parityagena. Where there is Swarupa Parityaha, then it is not Vivarta, it is Parinama. Therefore, two types of modification. One is Vikara, in which there is a real transformation, real change. Satatvataha, really, actually. Anyatha Prata. Anyatha Prata means Anyatha, other one, becoming another one. That is Vikaraha, really becoming another one, actually becoming another one. That is Vikaraha. Vivartaha is Atatvataha, not really. Therefore, apparently becoming another one. That is Vivarta iti udiritaha, it is said. After this we have seen. So therefore, two types of modification, two types of creation, you can say. One is Vikara, other one is Vivarta. Because it is Apavada, the superimposition. Therefore, is it Vivarta or Vikara, the Srishti? Srishti has to be Vivarta. If it is Vikara, then how can you de-superimpose? If this rope has really transformed into snake, like the milk has become curd, you cannot de-superimpose. How will you do superimpose? Transformation is real. Because it is Vivarta, that is why Apavada is possible. That is why Apavada nama Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya Rajju Matratvat Vastu Vivartasya Vastunaha api Vastu Matratvam. Therefore, Apavada is possible because it is Vivarta, not real. It is apparent. Because it is apparent, therefore, Apavada de-superimposition, reducing that into its reality by understanding that the change is only apparent, it is seeming change, not real. So that understanding, that is a cognitive understanding. It is a cognitive process. So Apavada is reducing that into what it is. Translate as de-superimposition. That is, as superimposition is done, then de-superimposition. Superimposition done in the mind. Similarly, de-superimposition also to be done only in the mind. That's why the cognitive process. You cannot really reduce it, not possible. Because the transformation itself is not real. Then where is a question of really reducing the effect into the cause? If the effect is real, then you cannot reduce the effect into cause. Really, you cannot reduce. That is parinama. You cannot reduce it. If the effect is not real, then you can reduce the effect into its cause. So reducing the effect into cause is what is called apavada. Therefore, the effect is, I think it's nothing but apparent change of the cause. Apparent change. The cause has undergone change apparently, not really, into the effect. So therefore, the Jagat, the Prapanchaha, Prapanchasya, Jnana, the Prapanchasya. As in the Srishti Prakaranam, we have seen the sequence of steps in the Srishti. First is Karana Sharira Srishti, both at the level of Vyashti and Samashti. Then Sukshma Sharira Srishti, both at the level of Vyashti and Samashti. Then Stula Prapancha Srishti, Stula Srishti, both at the level of Vyashti and Samashti. Which is Stula Prapancha, Stula Sharira. So superimposition done. Now, from Stula again we are going back to the cause. So reducing Stula to Sukshma, Sukshma to Karana, and finally Karanam is cause itself is not real. What is Karanam? Karanatvam is cause is dismissed, understood to be Mithya. Therefore, Karanatvam attributed to Brahma also is dismissed. Therefore, what is there is only Brahma Eva. Cannot be the Karanam. So that is the process we are going to see. Karanatvam attributed to Brahma is with regard to the effect, Jagat. Jagat is Mithya. Then Karanatvam attributed to Brahma is also Mithya. So what is there is only Brahma. Therefore, Sarvam Khalu Idam. Brahma Eva. Bhagavan alone is, all that is here is only Ishvara. So that understanding happens. So this is a prakriya. So Apavada. So now from here onwards, 139. From the Stula Prapancha, Stula Bhautika, then Stula Bhuta, then Sukshma Bhuta, then Karana. So it's going to be reduced. So Apanchikrita to Apanchikrita. As we saw, from Apanchikrita to Panchikrita happens from that Srishti, Stula Srishti. Now Panchikrita Bhutani, Stula Srishti, Stula Bhutika, Stula Bhutikani. That will be reduced to Apanchikrita. Finally, it will be reduced to the three guna, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, which is nothing but the avidya, the Maya, which is the level of Samashti is called Maya. Then Maya also will be reduced to Brahma. Finally, what is there is only Brahma. So this is going to be the process. Now let us read 139. Tathahi etad bhogayatanam chaturvida sakala stula sharira jatam
Chaturvidha sakala sthula sharira jatam
bhogya rupannapanadikam
bhogya rupannapanadikam
etat ayana bhuta bhuhu adi chaturdasha bhuvanani
etad ayatana bhuta bhuradi chaturbhasha bhuvanani
etat ayatana bhutam brahmandam cha
etad ayatana bhutam brahmandam cha
सर्वं एतत् सर्वं
एतत् सर्वम्
एतेषां कारणरूपम्
एतेषां कारणरूपम्
पञ्चीकृतभूतमात्रं भवति।
पञ्चीकृतभूतमात्रं भवति।
पञ्चीकृतभूतमात्रम्. So reducing to पञ्चीकृतभूतमात्रम्. This stula bhutani, stula bhautika reduced to stula bhuta. How? So starting from where? All these, the process in the Srishti Prakaranam which we have seen. So the reverse process is mentioned here. But up to stula one, panchikrita one. Panchikrita bhuta will be further reduced to its karan, sukshma and karna later in the next following lines. Now, tathahi bhoga ayatanam. Ayatanam. Ayatanam means we know that place, that element of bhoga, experience. Bhoga sadhanam and bhoga ayatanam. For experience, we need bhoga sadhanam, indriyani, and bhoga ayatanam, shariram. You need a place, a tenement, ayatanam, a seat of enjoyment. What are they? Chaturvida sakala stula sharira jatam. Chaturvida, fourfold. Four type of stula sharira jatam. Four types of sharira. What are the four types of andaja, jarayuja, udbija that we saw before? Jarayuja, that is which is born from the womb. Jarayuja. Anda jayate andaja, svedaja, then udbija. Four types of gross bodies which we saw the line 105. Chaturveda sharirani tu jarayuja, andaja, svedaja, udbijakyani. So that is the seat of enjoyment. Okay. That is the bhoga ayatana. And bhogya vastuni is bhogya padarthani. Bhogya padarthani, bhogya rupa annapanadikam. That also created. Bhoga ayatanam and bhogya padartha annapanadikam. The objects of enjoyment. Bhogya. Bhoga, bhogya. Bhoga is enjoyment. Bhogya, that which is enjoyed, which are consumed, which are experienced. Annapanadikam. Bhogya rupa annapanadikam. Anna is food, pana is that which is drunk, water, milk, anything which is drinkable. So they are the objects of enjoyment. Okay, and this bhoga ayataram, this sharirani, and bhogya rupa padarthani, this annapanadini, where are they? They should be in the bhuvana, in a place. Bhuvana. What bhuvana? Chaturdasha bhuvanani. Ayatana bhuta bhuradi, bhuhu adi, bhuhu, bhuvaha, swaha, maha, janaha, tapaha. The Chaturdasha, the 14 lokas, 7 up, 7 down. So bhuhu, bhuvaha, swaha, maha, janaha, tapaha, satyaha, satyaloka, iti. Yatala, vitala, sutala, rasatala, mahatala, patala, iti. All these are bhuvanani. So Chaturdasha bhuvanani. Ayatana bhuta Chaturdasha bhuvanani. The 14 lokas, planes, bhuhu, etc., which is the ayatana, which is a place where all the sharira, bhogayatanani sharirani, jivanam, all the jivas, and bhogya vastu also. Bhogya rupa annapanadikani padarthani are there. Etat ayatana bhutam brahmandam cha. This ayatana bhuta also brahmanda. So these 14 lokas and brahmanda, the entire universe, brahmandam cha. Etesham karana rupam. What is the karana rupam? Out of what all these are made? Panchikata bhuta matram bhavati. The 5 gross elements alone have become this. The 5 gross elements, the Panchikata, the elements which have undergone grossification, compounding, out of which only this lokas and jiva, and for the jivas to sustain all these annapanadi, all these were created. So now going back, reducing back, reducing to, for all these are nothing but 5 gross elements. So this is a first level of desuperimposition. So you can see the order, the reverse order. The gross is the perception, so the gross prapancha. So from the gross, we are going to arrive slowly to the subtlest. So the gross is, immediate gross is our sharira, gross perception. Then what we consume and where we live, this bhuvana. So these are all nothing but panchikrita bhuta. This is these 5 gross elements only. Therefore, akasha, which is our panchikrita, akasha eva, panchikrita, vayuhu panchikrita, apaha prithvi, vayuhu agni, apaha prithvi, panchikrita. So, going back to the source. So slowly we're going back to the source cognitively. Why going back to the source? Because from where we find ourselves separated. There is a notion of separation. Therefore, going back. The jiva is separated from Brahma. Not really. Apparent separation. So therefore, going back. Because of ajnana, alone jiva is away from Brahma. Therefore, reducing all this to the cause. Because the separation is not real. Therefore, it is reducible. So that is apavada. That is why apavada is giving up the notions which are not real. Giving up the notion which are not real. So therefore, it is the notional abhimana is negated. The notional abhimana. It's not only with regard to the individual sharira, with regard to Jagat. It is not enough to reduce the sharira to the atma. The Jagat also to be reduced. Why? Jagat also should be reduced to Brahma and the Jiva Sharira to Atma finally. Then what is there is only Brahma, Atma and Brahma, they are not separate. It has to be pointed out. So therefore it is not only the individual, the entire Jagat also. So therefore the here starts from the Samashti. So therefore Apavada then. So therefore here you can, as we the Apavada they define what separates the separates you. What separates you from understanding the rope is this notional sarpa. There is no real separation. It is a notion. The rope is rajjuhu sarpaha. And that notion, rajjuhu sarpaha, is that which keeps you away from understanding that it is a rope. So that is similarly as it is in the Drishtanta, similarly the Dashtanta also. What is there is only Atma, but there is a notional Ahankara. Ahankara taking oneself to be a limited person, therefore Jiva. So the Jiva is really separate from Atma. His rope is if his rope is really separate from is separate from snake, what separates you? What separates the rope from the snake? Rajju, what separates the rope from the separates you in your cognition. The rope is not seen, Sarpa is seen. Similarly, Ahankara is seen, not the Atma. As there is notional Rajju, the Drishtanta, similarly there is a notional Ahankara. The reality given to the notion is so, it is so real that prevents from understanding our true nature. Yatha Drishtante, tavata Dashtante api. The reality given to snake prevents the understanding of the rope. Similarly, the reality which is given to the Srishti is so real. The Jagrat, most of the time we spend our time in the Jagrat Avastha, so we interact with the empirical world, therefore the world is real. So that prevents us from understanding our real nature. So therefore, to know one's true nature, because a shift has happened from one's Swarupa to the reality given to the Srishti. Now going back, traveling back, this is not a physical travel. This is a cognitive travel. Giving up our notion about the reality of this Jagat. So therefore, here the giving up of notion is involved. Giving up notion, there is no action. It is only cognition. What action is involved in giving up the notional understanding? Notional, because it is notion, therefore it is not real understanding, it is wrong understanding. So what action is involved? There is no karma involved, only knowledge. Because notion, therefore cognition. Understanding. So what comes in the way of understanding the true nature is due to this, is because of this, due to this abhimana with this individual Sharirmana Sangata, and of course our experience with the Jagat. Our attention is so diverted into the external thing that we forget that true nature, and seldom that Swarup, that one's reality is unknown. So therefore, that's why the truth evades our attention. So in the desuperimposition, what happens is there is a resolution. There is a notional, again here also it is not real resolution, it is a cognitive resolution to dismiss the notion. Cognitive resolution. Therefore it is reversed. For that, only we need to know the order of creation. That is why the Srishti Prakaranam. So the idea of explaining the Srishti is not to give a reality to the Srishti. Srishti is real. And also, Shastra being a pramanam, pramanam for Jivatma Paramatma Aikya. Pramanam for Ajnana Nivritti. Not pramanam for establishing the Srishti. That is not within the scope of the Shastra. That science can do. So therefore, the Srishti Prakaranam, which the Shastra taught, the presented, that is not the Tatparya of the Shastra. The reality, what we give to Srishti, that is to negate that. The reality, what we attribute to the Srishti, to negate that only in keeping with our notion, or in keeping with our orientation. The Shastra also, as though it is real, presented the Srishti. Now in resolving what happens, the whole thing dissolves back into the source, the cause, the fundamental cause. So reducing all into all the objects of experience into gross 5 elements. That is the first step in the resolution, the cognitive resolution. That is the first step. So therefore, the boga, the experience, we go by our experiences. We go always by our experiences, experience of pleasure. We want pleasure, we don't want dukkha also. And boga, experience is that, and therefore seat of experience, ayatanam, the body, and it is so the attachment with the body because of the experience, because experience is only through the body, pleasure and pain. So therefore, with regard to bhoga ayataram, there is intense abhimana, attachment. For all the jivas, the 4 kinds of the gross bodies, what the jiva enjoys. Andaja, the Jarayuja, Andaja, Svedaja, Udbija, all the 4 bodies. These 4 bodies only, these 4 jivas only are then the Chaturdasha Loka, Chaturdasha Prapancha. So all the bodies are contained along with the Bhogya Rupa, Annapanadi in the Chaturdasha Bhuvana. And the Chaturdasha Bhuvana, the 14 worlds. Among the 14 worlds, this Prithvi is one. Now, all these bodies and Bhogya Rupa, Annapanadi, and these are nothing but Pancha Mahabhuta. Panchikrita, Pancha Mahabhutani eva. Reducing that. Because out of that only these things have come. Therefore, reducing that. It means one has to see one's body as a mixture of this Panchikrita, Pancha Mahabhutani. The body, so start with one's body. The body has got all the 5 elements, gross 5 elements, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, all the 5 elements are there. Minus these 5 elements, body cannot exist. So the body is nothing but mixture of these 5 gross elements. And what we consume, that also mixture of 5 gross elements. And where we live, this bhuvana, that is also a combination of these 5 gross elements. Minus these 5 gross elements, they cannot exist. So therefore, they exist or they are made of these 5 gross elements. So therefore, what is that? Only 5 gross elements at this level. As the pot is made from clay, reducing the pot is what? Pot is nothing but clay. Minus clay, pot doesn't exist. So what is what the truth is at that level is clay. Similarly, what is truth at this level is Panchamahabhuta. Therefore, we interact with Panchamahabhuta. In fact, Panchamahabhuta interact with each other. There's a transaction of the Panchamahabhuta. So everything is Panchamahabhuta, gross Panchamahabhuta. Panchikita Panchamahabhutani eva. 5 gross elements. We understand that to be 5 gross elements. In fact, this is a good this is a good topic for contemplation. Meditating on one's body as made of this 5 gross elements, Panchikrita Panchabhutani. So if that is so, then what about this Bhoga and Bhogya? Panchikata Panch, then who am I then? Am I Panchikata Akasha or Panchikata Vayu? We cannot say because it's a mixture. When it is a mixture, then I cannot be any one of them. And the mixture is at this level only, it is not really real. Further, it is going to be reduced. But at this level, if it is contemplated and understood, then the reality what we give to the Sharimana Sanghatha, that is slightly shaken. That is slightly shaken. So, finally, it will be completely shaken. When everything is negated, then finally it will be completely uprooted. Abhimana as Abhimana with this Bhoga Ayatanam, Bhoga Sadhanam, everything will finally, cognitively, it will be given up. It has to go. That is Jnanam. That is final stage. So at this level, we understand that all the bodies are made of these 5 gross elements, all the vastus and the world. So therefore, recognizing this. So at this level, one can recognize also the oneness of all, oneness at the level, oneness at the gross level, oneness at the stula level. Both the Jagat, the total, and the individual, they are nothing but 5 gross elements. Therefore, there is oneness. We are all made of same 5 gross elements. So that is at this level there is Aikyam also. So what is there is only these 5 gross elements. But are the 5 gross elements real? That is the next step. So the author slowly reducing the Abhimana, what we have with regard to the different Shariram. So this Stula, now at this level, Stula Shariram is reduced to Panchikrita Panchamaka. Therefore, the Panchikrita Panchamaka Bhutani alone is, so at the level of Jashti and Samashti, that alone is. Therefore, there is oneness. So recognizing this, realizing this fact, that itself gives a temporary relief from samsara. Only temporary, not really, not final relief, only understanding completely what it is. The reality attributed to is shaken. It is not real. Then further analysis, further inquiry happens. Then the next stage. Let us read the passage 140. Etani shabdadi vishaya sagitani.
एतानि शब्दादि विषयसहितानि
Panchikrita bhutani.
पञ्चीकृतानि भूतानि
Sukshma sharira jatam cha etat.
सूक्ष्मशरीरजातं च
Etat sarvam.
एतत् सर्वम्
एतेषां
एतेषां
कारणरूप अपञ्चीकृत भूतमात्रं भवति.
कारणरूप
अपञ्चीकृत.
अपञ्चीकृतभूतमात्रं भवति.
Next passage also will do it. एतानि
एतानि
सत्त्वादिगुणसहितानि
सत्त्वादिगुणसहितानि
अपञ्चीकृतानि
अपञ्चीकृतानि
उत्पत्तिव्युत्क्रमेण
उत्पत्तिव्युत्क्रमेण
एतत् कारणभूत अज्ञान उपगित चैतन्यमात्रं भवति.
एतत् कारणभूत अज्ञान उपहित चैतन्यमात्रं भवति.
First to explain the meaning of the line and then discuss. Etani. Etani is referring to, Etani is a pronoun. The previous sentence ended with Panchikrita पंचीकृत पंचमहाभूतानि. So etani referring to what has been reduced, that is Jagat which has been reduced, Jagat which includes the individual also, reduced to Panchikata Bhutani, that is what is referred to by the pronoun Etani. These five gross elements. The other say Shabda Adi Vishya Sagitani, Panchikata Bhutani, Etani. That is Etani. Shabda Adi Vishya. Shabda Adi Vishya is sense objects. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. What are they? Panchikritani Bhutani. So Akasha, proper Akasha Vayu Shabda Adi Vishya Sagitani. Akasha Vayu Apaha Prithvi. Akasha Ayuhu Apaha Prithvi. This Panchikrita. Apaha Agni Prithvi. So this five, they are mentioned to the property. Shabda Adi Vishya. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha iti. Sagitani Panchikritani Bhutani. And Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Jatam. Sukshma Shariram, they are Jatam, they are Sukshma Sharira, Jatam Cha. The Panchikrita Bhutani, the five gross elements, Etani, and this along with the five objects also, five sense objects. And Sukshma Shariram, the previous passage it is Stula Shariram. Now it is Sukshma Shariram. Subtle bodies. Sukshma Sharira Jatam, the entire Sukshma Shariram, Cha Etat Etesham Karanarupam. Etesham Karanarupam. They are the Etesham, their cause, Karanarupa, Apanchikrita Bhuta Matram. Karana Rupa, Apanchikrita Bhuta Matram. They reduce to the Bhuta Matra, they reduce to that alone. Bhuta, what Bhuta? That is the Karanam. Karanam is Apanchikrita, uncompounded, ungrossified. It means Tanmatra. So now the Stula Bhuta reduced to Sukshma Bhuta. It is Sukshma Bhuta as it is. So these five gross elements, and the sense objects, which are objects which are available for the sense organs, the gross sense objects available for gross sense organs, they are Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha Panchikritani. Then, and the Sukshma Sharira. The author suddenly brings in Sukshma Sharira. Because five gross, everything is made of five gross elements. And the gross is because of, that is Panchikrita. Before that, it was Apachikrita. When it's Apachikrita means that is a Sukshma Avastha, therefore Sukshma Sharira. And that is the Karana for the Panchikrita. Therefore, Apanchikrita is the Karana for Panchikrita. Since there is a reverse order, now Panchikrita is reduced to Apanchikrita. Now the elements are in their original state. Uncompounded state, uncompounded elements. Therefore, Karana Bhuta, because it is a Karanam for Panchikrita. So, Karana Rupa Panchikrita Bhuta Matam, it is reduced to Karana Rupa Panchikrita. Etesham, Etat Sarvam, all this. Etat Sarvam, they're all Etesham Karana Rupa Apachikita Bhuta Matratvam Bhavati. Etesham referring to of all this, that is Etani Panchikrita Bhutani, Shabdadi Vishesagitani Panchikrita Bhutani, and Sukshma Shariram also. So Etat Etesham Karnarupa Panchikrita Bhuta Matratvam Bhavati. Au Yata Rajju Vivatasya Sarpasya Rajju Matratva Tadvat. Tadvat. That is, it is not really become, it is parent, therefore reducing. That's a understanding. Similarly, now it is in the uncompounded stage. Now the entire thing is reduced to the uncompounded 5 elements. Panchikrita, Pancha Maha Bhutan. Further it can be reduced. Now, etani, these Sattva Guna Sagitani, Apanchikritani, Utpatti Vyutkramanena, in the reverse order of the creation. Utpatti Vyutkramanena. Karanabhuta Ajnanopagita Chaitanya Matram Bhavati. So these 5 uncompounded elements, Apanchikrita Panchamahabhutani, that is along with what? Every bhuta, this has got 3 gunas. Therefore, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Sagitani. Sattva, Rajas, along these 5 bhutas with their nature of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, they have got these 3 guna, Gunatmika. Therefore, Sattva, Guna, Sagitani, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Sagitani. In the Utpatti, Yutkarmana. Yutkarmana is reverse. Utpatti is creation. So in the reverse order of creation. In the reverse order of creation, what happens? This Apanchikrita is reduced to Apanchikrita Panchamahabhutani, reduced to Karana Bhuta. What is the Karana? Karana is Ajnana. Ajnana is ignorance. And that is at the level of Samashti, it is Maya. At the level of Yashti, it is Ajnana. So Karana Bhuta, Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam. Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam. As we know this phrase, Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is manifesting through this Karana Bhuta Ajnanam. Consciousness associated with ignorance. So this is Ajnanam. This Sattvadi Guna Sagitani Apanchikrita Bhutani, it is Ajnanam. It is the Prakriti, it is a material. And consciousness, Chaitanyam manifesting through this. So now, reducing now this Karana Bhuta Ajnana to Chaitanya, Upagita Chaitanya Matra Bhavati. So therefore, Ajnanam, the Maya, which is the basis, that is Trigratmika Maya, all these uncompounded elements are now reduced to Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Tamogratmika Maya, and Maya associated with the Chaitanya. That is the Karanam for Srishti. So now we have come to the stage of Ajnana, Sagita, Upagita, Chaitanya Matram Bhavati. The same expression the author uses. Ta Vastu Matram, this Rajju Vivartasya Sarpasya, Rajju Matratvam. Similarly here, Chaitanya Matram. Previous one, Panchikita Bhuta Matram. Previous to that, Panchikita Bhuta Matram. So that is reduction. Reducing to Panchikita Bhuta Matram, then Panchikita Bhuta Matram to Apanchikita Bhuta Matram, then Apanchikita Bhuta Matram to Ajnana Upagita Chaitanya Matratvam Bhavati. Now, let us see further. So the gross element, the gross creation is what we perceive. So because gross is there, in the gross, that is the karya, we can infer there must be sukshma. There must be sukshma. The gross shariram, stula shariram implies sukshma sharira, and sukshma shariram only we have pancha jnanendriyani, which is comprised of pancha jnanendriyani, pancha karmendriyani, pancha pranadayaha, manascha ekam buddhischa eka. Now this stula reduced to sukshma, and the subtle body is made of subtle elements. Subtle elements means it is uncompounded elements, 5 subtle elements. Panchikrita, Apanchikrita, Bhutani. 5 subtle elements and 5 subtle elements to Apanchikrita. At the level of Sukshma, there's a compounding by 5 subtle elements, and 5 subtle elements further reduced to 5 uncompounded elements, and each subtle elements have the Sattva, Rajas, Tama, the gunas. So therefore, because of this guna only, there are properties associated with each element. So therefore, and these gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these are nothing but that is the Ajnana. That is Ajnana meaning it is the Prakriti. So therefore, everything has come from this Prakriti, Ajnana, Maya. And therefore, Maya upagita Chaitanya. So therefore, Maya upagita Chaitanya, finally reducing this to Maya. Maya cannot exist by itself. It is not an independent reality. Therefore, Maya upagita Chaitanya, consciousness manifesting through Ajnana Upadhi. This Ajnana Upadhi. This Maya is what is called Abhyakta and by other names. And consciousness, Chaitanyam manifesting through this Ajnana Upadhi, Maya Upadhi, that is what is called Ishvara. What is Ishvara? Ishvara is Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani Atma. That is at the level of Stula. At the level of Sukshma, Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani Atma is Hiranyagarbha. Sorry, Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani Atma is Virat. Samashti Sukshma Sharira Abhimani is Atma is Hiranyagarbha. Samashti Karana Sharira Abhimani is Ishvara. So now we are talking about Ishvara. Virat is reduced to Hiranyagarbha to Ishvara. So therefore, Samashti Sula Sharira Abhimani is Virat. That is reduced to now the Sukshma. Sukshma is then Samashti Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Hiranyagarbha. Now that also further Hiranyagarbha the level of Sukshma. Then Karana level, Samashti Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Atma is Ishvara. Therefore, Maya Upagita Chaitanyam, Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam means it is Ishvara. So everything is now brought to Ishvara. So Panchikrita to Apanchikrita to Maya Upagita Chaitanya, and Maya Upagita Chaitanya means at the level of Sukshma. The Karana is it is Ishvara. So what is now the reality is Ishvara alone. To start with, the 5 elements are real. Panchikrita, Panchabhutam. Then it is reduced to Apanchikrita Bhutan. From Apanchikrita Bhutan, in one shot, we have reduced that to Ishvara. Ishvara is Maya Upagita Chaitanyam. Maya Upagita Chaitanya Matram, the author said. So therefore, it is Ishvara alone. So everything now resolves into Ishvara. Though here it is not mentioned, we have to know that Virat is reduced to Hiranyagarbha to Ishvara. It is not mentioned, but we have to note. Virat is Dragatu Stula, Samashti Stula Sharira, Abhimani Atma. Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam. That is also Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam Virat. But that is at the level of Sukshma, Stula. Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam at the level of Sukshma, it is Hiranyagarbha. Stula is reduced to Sukshma. It means Virat is reduced to Hiranyagarbha at the level of total, at the level of Samashti. And Hiranyagarbha is reduced to Ishvara. So therefore, Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam, we have come to Karana level where Maya, otherwise called Ajnanam. Ajnanam, the word is used both for Vyashti and Samashti. Depending on the context, we have to interpret. At the level of Vyashti, Ajnanam is Ajnanam, not Maya. But at the level of Samashti, we can use the word Ajnanam or Maya or Avyakta. Because Maya is Ishvara Vibhuti. Whereas Ajnanam is not Jiva's power. In fact, it is Ajnanam overwhelms the Jiva. Whereas Maya doesn't overwhelm the Jiva or Ishvara. So we need to understand the difference between the two. Use the word appropriately. With regard to Jiva, we have to use Ajnana. With regard to Ishvara, we can use Ajnanam or we can use Maya or Avyakta. Now, at the Karana level, what is there is only Ishvara. Ishvara is a Karanam. Jagat Karanam Brahma Ishvara. And Ishvara means it is Maya Sagita Chaitanya. So consciousness associated with the ignorance, that is the expression we use, upagita chaitanyam. So now the gross prapancha is reduced to its source. The source is Ishvara Bhagavan. Therefore, Ishvaraha iti. Now further, Ishvara is Maya Upagita. What about Maya? Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam, Ishvaraha, and what about that? That is further said. The next line. Because we cannot stop there. Maya is it really real? Maya is Mithya. Therefore, what is there is only Brahma. Brahma Matram. Yata Ajnana Upagita Chaitanya Matra Tvam Bhavati Chaitanya Matra Bhavati. As we started from Apachikita Panchabhutani, Apanchikata Panchabhuta Matra Bhavati, then Panchikata Panchabhuta Matra Bhavati, then Ajnana Upagita Chaitanya Matra Bhavati. Now Brahma Matra Bhavati. Brahma alone is. So that is from where only we started this 50. Now arriving at Brahma, back to the source. This is what going back to the source. Going back to the source, not really. There is no physical travel, it is cognitive travel. Understand this understanding, because understanding is inward. Therefore, there is a cognitive travel. Now let us read the passage 142. Etat ajnanam
Etadajnanam
ajnana upagitam chaitanyam
ajnanopahitam chaitanyam
ishvaradikam
Ishvaradikam
adharabhuta anupagita chaitanya rupam
Adharabhut Anuhupayita Chaitanya Rupam
turiyam brahma matram bhavati.
Turiyam Brahma Matram Bhavati.
The previous passage, the author finally has said ajnana upagita chaitanya. Therefore, etat, which is prasiddha etat, because what is mentioned before, etat, what is that? Ajnana upagita chaitanyam cha ishvaradikam etat adhara bhuta anupagita chaitanya rupam. Maya as its ashraya in Brahma. So Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam means Maya Upagita Chaitanyam, which is the Karanam we have arrived at. We have come back to the source. The source is Ajnana Upagita Chaitanyam. Now this Ajnanam, because of Ajnanam only, Chaitanyam has the names Ishvara, Virat, Hiranyagarbha. Now dismissing the Ajnanam, because it doesn't exist of its own. Therefore, what is the Adhara Bhuta? Adhara of Maya is this Chaitanyam alone, Anupagita Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam which is not associated with. It means Chaitanyam as it is, independently. It is independent. So there is no manifestation in Chaitanyam as it is. No Upadhi. Upadhi Rahita. Anupagita means Upadhi Rahita. Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is always Upadhi Rahita. Upadhi is Mithya. Upadhi is just Chaitanya manifest. Upadhi is not the Chaitanyam as it is. So it is Adhara Bhuta. Therefore, which is the Adhara? Chaitanyam is the Adhara. Because it is Adhara, therefore it is Anupagita Chaitanya Rupam. And that is called by the name Turiyam. Chaturtha in the sense Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, and that which is, because three avasthas are there. Therefore, as though the fourth avastha. In fact, that is not the fourth avastha, it is the avastha which is the adhisthana of everything, of all the three states. Jagrat avastha, Swapna avastha, Sushupti avastha. Therefore, it is called fourth state, as in the language of Mandukya. So, therefore, the Jagat which is perceived in the Jagrat avastha, Swapna avastha, of course, the Sushupti avastha, it is not there, but the avastha is the Sushupti avastha. So, now these three states and the three shariram corresponding to the three states, Stula, Sukshma, and Karana. Now all these are reduced to Turiyam. Turiyam is Brahma, consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanyam. So everything is resolved to this Brahma Matram, Brahma alone, Brahma Matram Bhavati. So therefore, the resolving this creation, this Bhautika Prapancha, which is the Karya to the now to the cause, the Karanam, and the Karanam immediate is Panchikrita Bhutani, and further to Apanchikrita Bhutani, and further it is into Tanmatra alone, which has the Guna Sattva Rajas Tamas, and finally it is the final but one, that is Maya, and further it is reduced to Brahma alone, Chaitanya Matram. So the entire creation, Stula Sukshma, finally when it is reduced to Maya, and Maya, the Prakriti, because of Chaitanyam, and because of Maya, the Chaitanyam manifests as this Jagat. Now it is reduced. Maya is conditioned Brahma. Maya is conditioned Brahma. Maya is Upadhi. Therefore, Upagita Chaitanyam. Now that Maya is also dismissed because it is Vidya. So therefore, what now you having reducing that also. Now we arrive at Brahma, which is unconditioned. With Maya, the Brahma is as though conditioned. Brahma cannot really be conditioned. It is as though conditioned. Now minus Maya, because why minus Maya? Because Maya is Mithya. It is not really real. It is the Maya. It is to explain the Srishti. We need Maya. We need as the Upadhi. Maya is the Upadhi, Ishvara Upadhi. We need Maya. And Maya, as though it conditions Brahma, therefore the Srishti. Therefore Srishti is an appearance. Srishti is an appearance. It is the state. It is the avastha, as though avastha of Brahma, which is conditioned. Conditioning by Maya, not real conditioning. Apparent condition. That is why Maya also is, as Sarpa is reduced to snake. Similarly, Maya is also reduced, minus Maya. You can dismiss Maya also. Maya also has to be dismissed. Maya is the Shakti, Ishvara Shakti. The Shakti cannot exist apart from the Shaktiman. The Shaktiman is Brahma. Therefore, Brahma as such is unconditioned. That is what is referred to by the word Turiyam. Turiyamiti. And the same thing with regard to the Vyashti, the individual. The three avastha, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti avastha. All the three avasthas are witnessed by whom? That is Atma, that is Turiya Atma. Fourth stage, Chaturtha avastha. So here the author uses the word Turiyam, Brahma Matram. I intelligently uses the word Turiyam. Turiyam, you can say at the level of Vyashti and Brahma at the level of Samashti. Therefore, Turiyam, Brahma Matram, Atma, Brahma, they are not different. So when we reduce at the level of Vyashti or at the level of Samashti, you arrive at Turiyam, Brahma, Brahma Matram Bhavati. So therefore, Adharabhuta Anupagita Chaitanyam, Chaitanya Rupam, Brahma Matram. Therefore, Brahma alone is what is there is Ishvara alone, Brahma alone. When we say Brahma, it is without Maya. Sadeva Somidam Agre Asi, Ekameva Dvitiyam, Brahma alone, Srishtehe Prak, where the Maya is, it was an unmanifest avastha, Abhyakta avastha. That is why Maya is called Abhyakta. In the Abhyakta avastha, Brahma alone, Brahma Matram, Turiyam Brahma Matram, Bhavati. So this is the reduction. This is how the desuperimposition is done, and this is a good method of contemplation. With regard to the individual, the individual can contemplate reducing the sharira to the panchikrita bhuta. So I am this panchikrita bhuta to start with, but am I this panchikrita bhuta? No, I am Shuddha, Shuddhaha, Kevalaha, Atma iti. Kevalokam, Shivaha, Atma, because all the Nirvana Shatkam or another Shatkam, the Acharya, it negates. I am not this, I am not this. So I am not this Prithvi, I am not this Tejas, I am not this Apa. So Panchikrita is negated. Apanchikrita also, the mind also is negated. Apanchikrita, Bhutas are negated. I am not associated with any gunas because gunas are the cause to begin with. That also no, I am not. So therefore I am not that also. Then what I am? When that also negated, the object, the prapancha goes away. Drishya goes away. The drik is there, drishya and darshanam, the seer, the seen, and the seeing. All the three will resolve into turiyam. So understanding that the drishya is not separate from drik, because drishya cannot exist. It is reduced to atma, and drik is atma, and therefore the darshanam, seeing, that also is atma. Finally, it is all reduced to atma alone. So it's a method of contemplation, nididhyasana. One has to see the truth of everything. So this is what is in fact the self-inquiry. Who am I? This inquiry. Not knowing this, the Shastra presents the prakriya. Self-inquiry will not lead us anywhere. Self-inquiry, the knowing the true nature of I, what I am, that I am is, it is distributed to so many things. Now withdrawing everything back to the nature, the true nature, I am, having dismissed, this is not, and when we dismiss, we have to understand it is not disassociation, dismissing that it is as mithya. Like the shariram is me, but I am not the shariram. That is a dismissal. You cannot dismiss a shariram. You cannot come. The dismissing the shariram means it is not the shariram. It's completely. It is given. We cannot give up. In fact, shariram is me, but I am not a shariram. The indriyas are me. I am not the indriya. So this panchikrita bhuta shariram is me, but I am not. Then going back up this apanchikrita, then at sukshma level, the indriyanis are me, but I am not the indriya. Further down, the manaha is me, but I am not the mana. Buddhi is me, I am not the buddhi. Then further going back, you are a what ajnana upagita chaitanya. Ajnana. Ajnanam, that is me, but I am not this. Then what is the nature of I? Where the seer, the seen, and the seeing, the nature of the Tripati Veda is resolved, and the truth as such it is realized, it is known, so it is seen, it is cognized, it is understood. That understanding of Atma, that is called that avastha is called Turiya Avastha. Therefore, Turiya Avastha is not a separate avastha. In fact, it is the avastha. Atma is there in every perception, every cognition. Minus Atma, there cannot be any perception, any transaction. So all the transaction, all the perception are blessed by Atma, therefore resolving everything back to Atma. as though you enter into the avastha. And that is the avastha, that is the adhara bhuta avastha. It is the adhara for all the avastha. So aham sakshi chaitanyam shuddhaha atma aham iti one arrives at. So it is a contemplative, it's a contemplation which is to be done. It is to be done as a sadhana to see appreciate the reality. It's a good method, the adhyaropa apavada method, by which one can contemplate on the swarupa of oneself. As we have many prakriyas, as we saw Anvaya Vyatireka, etc. Similarly, this adhyaropa apavada, where here neti process is involved. Na iti, iti and neti. Here dismissal. Here the dismissal, not the physical dismissal, it's a cognitive dismissal. Therefore, na iti at every level it is dismissed. Then that which cannot be dismissed, the negator cannot be negated, that undismissed, undismissible, that is I. That is the turiya avastha, turiyam, dharma matram bhavati. And that is ajnana anupagitam, upadi anupagitam. Ajnana anupagitam, karna sharira anupagitam, because karna shariram is the ajnanam for the jiva. Therefore, karna shariram, that also not there. As for the Vyashti, Ajnana, Maya Upagita Chaitanyam is reduced to Brahma. Similarly, Karna Sharira Upagita Chaitanyam is reduced to Atma, Chaitanyam, that is Turiyam. And the Turiyam is Avastha, Turiyam is Brahma, Brahma Matram Bhavati. So the next one is here, having done this Apavada, now then the author says, then by this process of negation, neti, then you can arrive at the tattvam of the truth of tat and tvam. Tatpada, this is tatpada, tadpada vichara. The Mahavakya says tat tvam asi, having reduced everything to karana. So tvam the tvam vichara, tvam shodhanam, we arrive at atma, tatpada shodhanam brahma. Therefore atma is brahma, aikyam. That is what the Mahavakya reveals, and that is the next one. We'll see it in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद विजय.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.